Hello, everyone. This is Sabrina from Augmedix People team. Welcome to our show today. This show is specially dedicated to women, not to the only women of Augmedix, but women around the globe. We do have few special guests who will be conducting the session with us, talking about women, their journey to inspire the new generation. Allow me to introduce you to the guest panel that we have. I'll be going to our special guest today, and Sherman, who's from U.S. Embassy. She's working there currently as Environment, Science, Technology, and Health Officer. Hello, Anne.
Hi, Sabrina. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Next, we have Shala Parveen. She's currently working with us as a head of people. Hello, Shala.
Hello, Sabrina. And hello, everyone.
Next, I have another Sabrina who's currently working in the scribe operations. Hello, Sabrina. One Sabrina to another one, right?
Hello, Apu. Hello, everyone.
Hello. I have another scribe of ours, Danielle. She's just joined us. Hello,
Hi.
Danielle.
Hello.
And last but not the least, I have Rashad Mujib Numan, our country director, with us for today's session. So in order to start the session, I'll be going to Anne Sherman. If she wants to send some message, share her experience with us, that would be great.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Sabrina and Rashad, for having me. It's really an honor to be with you all today. This is probably my third visit to Augmedix. My first two were in person, of course, and I hope to make it back to Augmedix sometime soon when it's safe. But I've always enjoyed my visits and found them inspiring to meet all of you, to learn about your work, and also to hear about all of your different backgrounds. I think that's what makes Augmedix such an interesting and dynamic workplace. And I especially thought about the important work that all of you do at Augmedix over the past year in the pandemic, when we saw just how important our healthcare workers are to all of us, and also how important it is for all of our countries to more quickly transition to remote healthcare services and providing telemedicine. So really, I'm just honored to be here with all of you and to share this important day and time with you. So of course, today is International Women's Day, as we all know. It's a day when we as governments, as businesses, as people, recommit ourselves to achieving a world in which every woman and girl enjoys the full range of rights and freedoms that is her birthright. As half the planet, women make immeasurable contributions to our world. They are entrepreneurs, farmers, educators, scientists, artists, soldiers, mothers. They are medical scribes, heads of state, like here in Bangladesh. And without them, we know that economies would collapse, political systems would deteriorate, and families and communities would fall apart. And yet, in every country, we see that women and girls experience unique challenges that hold them back from full and meaningful participation in society. In too many places, women are treated as second-class citizens. They are denied opportunities for full economic and political participation, and their abilities are undervalued. And moreover, their human rights, like the right to learn, the right to express themselves, to live free from violence, to choose whether and whom to marry, are routinely violated. We know that when we invest in women and girls, we're not only helping them, we're helping our entire planet. A future in which all women and girls around the world are allowed to achieve their full potential will be a brighter, a more peaceful, and more prosperous future for all of us. The United States is a leader in championing gender equality, as well as women's and girls' rights at home and abroad, but even we acknowledge our shortcomings. So this year on International Women's Day, the State Department is awarding its annual International Women of Courage Awards. And so today, with all of you, I also the theme of our Women of Courage Awards, which is Courageous Women Inspire a Better World. And I want to ask all of you, who are your women of courage? Who are the women in your family, your community, your workplace who have shown exceptional courage and leadership? Who has inspired you? For me, I think of people like my mom, who lost her dad very early. She grew up poor. She worked and studied. She earned a scholarship to college. She built a successful career, and she raised a family. And she inspired me that through hard work and sacrifice, anything is possible. I also think about my DACA community today. I am continually inspired by the women known as the Deshi Ballers here. They are a nonprofit organization that creates a platform for Bangladeshi girls and women to be empowered through basketball. And for me, sports was a huge part of my life growing up. It helped me learn leadership skills, gave me confidence. It kept me healthy physically and mentally. I'm really proud of the work that the Deshi Ballers are doing in Bangladesh to help women athletes pursue their passion in sports and overcome many hurdles, including the social stigmas for women to be a part of athletics. And then finally this year, when I think of women, courageous women, I also think about our former U.S. Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who died in September 2020 after a very long career as a champion of women's rights and gender equality. As you know, Justice Ginsburg helped to act as a voice for women and for men in countless ways, from education to workplace discrimination to healthcare. She was only the second female justice on our Supreme Court, and she famously argued for the court to have more women participation, saying that women belong in all places where decisions are being made. So finally, in addition to women like my mom, the Deshi Ballers, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I also think today we should celebrate men who have been supporters of women and who have been leaders for gender equality. I know in my own life and in my own career, some of my most important supporters and my most important advocates, my most important mentors have been men. And in order to fully empower women in our society, it will take not only the leadership of courageous women, but also the support and the leadership of men. So in conclusion, I want to emphasize again the U.S. commitment to gender equality, social inclusion, and advancing the status of women and girls globally. This is a key foreign policy priority for us. We believe that global prosperity, security, and stability cannot be achieved without full participation of women and girls in all spheres of society. I'm really encouraged to see the work that Augmedix is already doing to empower women. I understand that about 25% of the workforce at Augmedix is women, but I know that more can be done. And so I really look forward to following your progress to meet your goal of equal female representation in the years to come. And once again, I'm really thrilled to celebrate with all of you today and honored to be here in this conversation. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anne, for sharing your views on that. Before I let you go, as you talked about Ruth Bader, and I do have a question related to that, just that with the last one to go. So, Jacinda Ardern, Kamala Harris, they are setting the expectation where a normal girl, could dream really big. And as, Ruth Bader said, that women should be everywhere where decisions are made. So do you think that we are on the right track while the whole world is promoting women's leadership? And also what else we can do to set examples for the new generation women that they should be aiming for an individual identity?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it can be easy to get frustrated, but I think today especially we have to recognize how much progress we made and how far we've come, and to recognize all the women trailblazers before us who have fought for the rights that today we often take for granted. So yes, I think we are on the right track, although progress is not always easy or straightforward. But as you said, there's much more that we can do. We all know that we want even better future for the next generation of women and for our, future children and friends. So I think, for me, it's things like making sure, as RBG said, that women are at the table, that women are put in leadership roles. We need to make sure, as I mentioned, that men are allies for women. We need women to feel empowered. To do that, women need equal opportunities, and I think especially in education, girls need to have the opportunity to pursue their education, and those opportunities are not always provided right now. I think generally women have been underrepresented and undervalued for too long, and so again, I think we need to make sure that their voices are heard, and we need to encourage others to listen to women's voices. And I think that will go a long way to make a better future for the next generation.
Thank you, and thank you so much for answering that question. I'll be going to my next guest for today's evening. That would be Shala Parveen, our head of HR. Hello, Shala.
Hello, Sabrina.
So, Shala, I heard that you have 20 years of work experience. You started your career in Grameenphone, the #1 telecommunication currently in Bangladesh, and later you moved to Citibank, and then worked there as a senior HR manager. And recently, this year, you moved to Augmedix, right, which is totally different from what you have done so far. So, I know that you have 2 kids, and having a career where you have climbed up the ladder. I would definitely like to know your part of the journey over here.
Well, Sabrina, it's a very interesting journey. I have to talk about my 20 years journey. So let me start with my graduation stage. So I did my graduation from University of Dhaka. After that, I started exploring the job opportunities. During that time, we don't have much access to internet, so we have to depend on the newspaper. So I saw a phone on that time in a newspaper where they only mentioned the title, and if you want to see the detailed job, then you have to explore their website. So you have to access the internet. As I told you that time, internet is not available. If you want to access the internet, then you have to go to a cyber cafe or you have to go to the university library. So on that occasion, I didn't explore the detailed task of that particular job. So what I did, I just applied for the role because I saw the title. It's officer administration. On that time, administration jobs mean it's a part of HR job. So most of the HR job is under administration department. So luckily, I got a call from the company, and they took interview, and they asked me, am I comfortable with the support service job? As I don't know about the job description, I didn't ask them about the specific job. So I was super excited, and that's why I just said that, yes, I know about the job, and I'm okay with it. And they offered me the role, and I joined. On that time, I was not married. So when I joined, then I saw my job description where it was written that I have to manage transportation, I have to manage cleaning service, as well as the office maintenance. That was a shock to me. But I am not a quitter, and I believe myself. That's why I took it to. So I start working there. I start working there after 6 months and I got confirmed on that particular role, which was actually I never enjoyed. But somehow I got an opportunity to work in HR department because on that time there is an internal vacancy on there for officer recruitment selection. So I after that I got married, and he also worked for Grameenphone on that time. So working husband and wife in the same organization, sometimes it's become very challenging. As telling you this because before my husband, I got the promotion. Comfortable that I got the promotion and he didn't. So after that, I'm having a baby, my first child born in 2006. And my mother was so supportive. That's why I'm able to continue my journey with Grameenphone on that time. So after Grameenphone, I worked there for 9 and 3 months. Then I moved to Citibank, where I worked for 10 years around different area in HR. After that, I am here now with Augmedix Bangladesh. It's another different industry for me where I start learning. And to be very honest with you, if I always try to learn something new. So I believe learning never doesn't stop anytime. Don't. So I prefer to learn more and more in the different industry. So in this particular occasion, I would suggest every woman be bold and be yourself always. Be eager to learn and don't stop learning. Thank you, Sabrina.
Sabrina, you need to unmute. You are speaking to mute button, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So thank you so much, Shala, for sharing your views on that. I think, if we keep learning, we can definitely climb up the ladder and be in the leadership role where we can influence more people, right? Create more job opportunities for the women as well. I'll be going to my next guest, Dania. She's working here as a scribe and helping the US doctor with all the documentation and everything and making their life easier, of course. So, Dania, I would like to know about your journey up to this point.
Hi, everyone. Happy Women's Day. I'm really glad to be here and a part of this conversation and getting to know from all the different people, like how their journeys are, and it's very inspirational. So for me, I graduated from Monash University and in food science technology, and I always had this interest in public health. And when I came back here, I had this, I found out about Augmedix and I knew about the whole perspective they have. It's the patient-centric patient care. So, and the way we can see as a third person while being involved in the patient care, it was very interesting to me. It intrigued me a lot. So we get to do this from the perspective of not just helping the doctor working with the patient, but we get to learn everything around it as well. And well, when I knew that it was going to be night shift, so that is like another challenge. I mean, do I want to try that? And like Annie said, like you do need the support. And I believed in myself and I said, you know what, I should give it a shot, because if I don't, I will never know if I could do this or not. So my mom, my friends, they supported me and they, they asked me to, yeah, you should go and try it out and see how it is. And here I am, and I like what I do. I work with a female provider, and I learn amazing things from her every day. And the patient, like what happens, and every day is a new day, honestly. And while being at Augmedix, I've seen that over here, they're trying to, remove that gender gap. There are a lot of women in all kinds of on all kinds of roles, in the leadership roles. In the HR, we have female as the head. We have lead trainers as females. In production, we have a lot of training specialists as females. So the women empowerment in Augmedix is very strong, and I want to be a part of this progress. And I think our little contribution, every little contribution that we make per person, it makes a big really happy to be part of that, and I'm really enjoying it here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dania. That was really lovely. Okay, so next I have Sabrina. I'm coming to you to hear about your views about Augmedix. How did Augmedix help you to come up to this level of your career by working live with a US doctor, helping every day with the medical documentation, day in, day out? Oh, how do you feel about everything?
Hello, happy Women's Day. To be very honest, when I picked up Augmedix, I actually didn't know much about this job. I actually studied computer science and engineering from North South University, but as I was badly in need of doing something at that moment, so I found out Augmedix and joined it. And the way we were trained here, that was like we got close to those like patient doctor things and stuff. Those in gained my interest a lot. So I thought of giving it a try. And as Dania said, now we have a lot of women working in the production, HR, and everywhere. When I joined Augmedix, it was like few people or few women employees here, but I am seeing the growth of Augmedix from that to now. And to be honest, this work is like very enjoyable. The biggest challenge, as Tanya said, was that like working at night shift and stuff. So at the very beginning, I actually didn't have any idea that would I be able to continue it or not. But to be honest, my family supported me that no, you should give it a try and see what happens or not. And as I started working here, this like completely changed my views and stuff. And I'm completely enjoying this work. I work with a provider who is like an Indian provider, and I have like made a really great bond with him. Now he is like, we work as a team. We don't work like as a provider and as a scribe. It's more like friendship together, working together. So this is like amazing. I never thought workplace would be so amazing. So yeah, like working here makes me feel very good. And to be like more specific, like night shifts doesn't really matter here because we are like a team here. We enjoy working, and we don't know that this is night shift. We feel like this is like our day. Like we are living in the US and working here. So yeah, this is like a great feeling working with the US doctors and making their life easier. Uh, I am more grateful, like I'm being able to help them, like in the part of this medical documentation thing. I really enjoy my work. That's the biggest thing. And thank you for having me here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. I totally agree with you that Augmedix is focusing on growth. I remember back in 2017, we had 30 plus female. And then we had an amazing person who joined Augmedix from US to Bangladesh. I mean, the goal is always to, as Sabrina mentioned, the goal is always to, move from Dhaka to US. It happened reverse way over here. Someone from US spending 20 years in General Motors and Boeing, that person came back to Bangladesh to lift up this Augmedix and their Moonshoot mission. A lot of people talk about women empowerment these days. I really don't know how many of them actually strongly do something about it, but I have seen one person who has been continuously working, to empower women in Augmedix, create more leaders, create more job opportunities, talking to the parents of the female employee, showing them around and spending a lot of time, just to make sure that the people whom we hire, especially the females, they feel secure, they feel safe, they feel encouraged. So my last but not the least guest would be Mr. Rashid Mujib Numan, our country director.
Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Anne, for joining us today on this special occasion. Thanks to all the women panelists. Happy Women's Day. I've been thinking since this morning what I'm going to talk about. And, whenever there is a special day, we always talk about, do we need this special day? So in that thought process, when I think about myself and my existence, my mom gave birth to me, and she's a woman. She brought me up. As many of you know, my personal story, that she gave up her career so that she can give me a good life. And then, I live with a lovely lady, my wife. She supports me with, sun and rain and shine. So really, if I look at my life, that my life has been impacted many, 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 many powerful women. And talked about it. Did anybody encourage you during your professional career? And yes, I would feel proud to say, when I was working for General Motors, one of my managers, Jane Metera, she was the one, empowered me a lot. And I think she has a big contribution in my life. So thanks to Jane. Hope she listens to this today. But what I want to say today to all my colleagues here, Shaila, Sabrina, Dania, everyone, that as you are working here today, you do have a responsibility. First, for yourself, do not let anybody steal your dream. Continue what you are doing. Establish yourself. Be proud of yourself, and you have the potential to be the next leader. Not only the leader of Augmedix, but beyond Augmedix. So believe that and pursue that. And at the same time, your friends and families and neighbors who are not getting the opportunity to work for many, many reasons, maybe, give them the belief that they do have the potential and they can do the same. There will be challenges, but they will have to overcome the challenges. And at the same time, I always tell my fellow men that, hey, men, we have the responsibility to make sure that we provide a safe world so that women can be women. They can do what they're supposed to do. Every now and then we hear that women can do repetitive things better. So that's why they are better accountant. They work in the bank. But this is what I tell, that women can do anything. If you really look at, they do wear many hats, and they do things very well. Women do one thing at a time. We are one directional, but women can manage many things at the same time with more success. So no wonder that they are eventually coming out, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming the leaders of the world. And I'm pretty sure that all the women around us will be the same. Now, at Augmedix, we want to make sure that we do anything and everything possible to ensure a safe work environment for women. As Anne said, we almost have 25% female participation, and our goal is to raise it up to 50%, so that men and women work together in this workplace, shoulder to shoulder, and no discrimination. No discrimination. That's what we want to share. And we want to make sure that we take away any challenges. Like this year, we have made some changes in our leave policy. For maternity leave at Augmedix, we have increased the maternity leave from 4 months to 6 months, because we don't want them to feel pressure that they have to leave the newborn and come back to work. Rather, we'll give them 6 months to allow them enough time to create the bond with the new baby, right? So in future, we plan to do many more things, and that's our commitment. That's my commitment. And I truly believe that women will lead the world to a better place. But thanks for the opportunity, Sabrina, to share my views today.
Thank you so much, Rochelle, for such beautiful words. Thank you so much for believing in us. And I have seen that how you have continuously working, behind all those females who just joined as a fresh graduate, and now a lot of them are working with us as a trainers, as a leads. I was one of them. So really, thank you so much for that. And mentioned and asked actually one question to all of us: that who is that woman who inspires you? So for me, it's my mom. Of course, as I have this opportunity and the platform to talk about it, I share the same views as Rochelle, the same story as Rochelle, actually. She kind of gave up her career so that I can have mine. She can take care of myself. And now, whatever I am today, it's of course because of my mom and people like Rochelle, actually. It's not only Rochelle, we have so many people working with us day in, day out. They're making sure that we are comfortable at our workplace. We're feeling safe and secure. We have this kind of bond. It is a very flat organization. The kind of bond that we have, I think that is very unique and special. If you work with Augmedix for 2 years, 3 years, and then you go outside, it will be difficult for you to find that kind of culture, environment, and the kind of bond that we are building over here. So thank you, everyone. For your viewers, especially thanks to Sherman for joining us today. I know you have a very busy schedule. Thank you so much on behalf of the whole Augmedix for making time for this session. That will be all for our end. We do have a small video that we would like to share with our viewers today. Stay happy and healthy, and happy Women's Day to all the women around the globe. Okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.